The sleep of a laborer is sweet, whether he eats little or much, but the abundance of a rich man permits him no sleep. I think this is one of the most powerful statements in Scripture. I think if this could really hit home with us, what a difference it would make. The abundance of a rich man permits him no sleep. I may have mentioned in the book, Having Breakfast with a Friend, I still think of this to this day. Years ago, man in our church wanted to meet early. We're at Elmer's Pancake House out in Gresham. There we were. It was still dark outside. And he says, could we sit in that table over there? I had no idea why. Hardly anyone was there. I didn't know why he wanted to sit at that table. That's fine, no problem. We sit in there, we order, and he keeps looking out the window, looking out the window. And finally I said, what's out there? What are you looking at? And he says, I got a new car. He says, I kind of need to keep my eye on it. Once again, it is not more spiritual for me to have the car that I had back then, which was actually, come to think of it, a lot worse than the cars I have now. It wasn't more spiritual of me to have that car. But I had a lot less to worry about. I wouldn't notice. I mean, one of the junior high kids called me one time to confess that he's the one that put that dent in my car. And I literally, no kidding, went out, phone in hand, which dent? I did not know. I said, I'm not worried about it. No need for you to worry about it. You've done the right thing. Way to call me. He says, well, can we settle this without insurance? I said, yes, it's settled. I mean, okay, now again, I'm not talking about the spirituality of that. I'm talking about the reality of that. It wasn't virtuous of me to not feel bad that he put a dent in my car. It was simply the reality that I didn't know which dent was his and I didn't care. Now again, I'll own certain things that my friend I was having breakfast with doesn't own, and I care more about them than he does. All right, so that don't get me wrong on what we're saying here. But man, what a powerful statement. The abundance of a rich man permits him no sleep. The more you have, the more you have to worry about. Wow. That is a large part of the freedom in giving.